So the roller coaster began, and they basically said, your son has 2 days to 2 weeks to live and a 2% survival rate. This is what they came up with statistics and all of that. And the one doctor at Kaiser, who had been there 20 years, had only seen one case of congenital leukemia, and that outcome was not good. So basically, they just said the consensus was take him home, love him. And so we did. And we took him home under hospice care, and we got home, and he like opened his eyes and was looking around like he was the happiest little baby in the world. And like, how, it just didn't make sense to me. How could he be dying? I mean, that's what they were telling me. And so we decided, he got a fever actually, and we decided to bring him back in. And they were talking about doing a low dose chemo. Most likely that would kill him. But we decided we couldn't just take him home and not try. So we did. And I could go on and on about the treatment, but the miracle was that they did give him the low dose chemo, and he started shedding the leukemic cells, and we got him to a month old, and they did a first induction, and he went into complete remission, which was just a miracle. The other point I should make was he was also tested for bone marrow matching with his sisters, and his sisters turned out to be perfect for each other, but not for him. And it turned out that he had a very rare bone marrow typing on top of the leukemia, totally separate, because they would have gone straight to transplant. So they decided, since he got into remission, to just do chemo alone. And so he was born in October, went into remission November. December, we are actually able to take him home for a day for Christmas. That was his only time home, healthy. And that's when team and training enter our lives. We were living in the hospital with AML treatment. He wasn't allowed to leave the hospital. And we had the 2 girls at home. So we were just fly by night, never saw each other really. And we had done biking in the past. And we got this flyer in the mail and said, gosh, wouldn't that be fun? At least one day a week, like on a Saturday, we could get on a bike and then do Lake Tahoe. Bob grew up in Tahoe, so he knew he could ride around the lake. And we were on a tandem, so I knew he could get me up the hill. Because, 6 years of doing this on my weight. So we did. We signed up, and according to his treatment plan, he was going to be out of the hospital the week before the race. And he was going to be at the finish line. That was the plan. Yet again, trying to plan my life. And so it was an incredible experience to be at that Tahoe ride. Kurt, the Triple Crowner tonight, was the coach, and so many of you guys were on that team. I can't explain what it was like to be with a group of people who got it. You guys got it. You understood what we were going through. And I didn't have to talk about it, you just got it. And to be able to breathe some fresh air, get on a bike, be with my husband, it really was priceless. And then when I'll have to explain, right before his 3rd round, I just had this funny feeling. And I called Brenda, she's the photographer. She's a volunteer photographer who works for an organization called Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep, and don't look at me. The hospital put me in touch with her because they didn't expect Trevor to make it, and she came and took pictures when he was a newborn, and this is the day that we did take him home. And she kept in contact with my family. I didn't know it through email. What happened to the family? What happened to Trevor? And she emailed me saying, anytime you want me to take pictures again, just call. And she would just be there within 10 minutes. And so I called her right before his 3rd round because I just had a funny feeling. And she came within 15 minutes to the hospital. And that's when this picture was taken that I have on all the buttons. And it's just, I can't thank her enough for these pictures. So he ended up relapsing here we go on this roller coaster again, relapsing after his third round. And his only hope at that point was a bone marrow transplant, and there were no matches, which is very unusual for a Caucasian baby to have, or person to have no match. And that's when the entire community, team in training, stepped up, and we had so many different drives to get people signed up. It's such an easy thing to get swabbed. I don't know how many of you have gotten swabbed, but ironically, this is the month that they hold the Thanks Mom campaign through marrow.org, and you can look up for your bone marrow drives in your town all over the nation, and you can get signed up for free. The fee is waived. So I encourage everybody, you have so much power being a team and training participant. You can tell everybody, all your friends and family, we need more people to be signed up on the registry, because he might have had a chance had he had a match. And unfortunately, Trevor ran out of time, and he passed away on April 25th. And we wanted to continue on his mission, because he really came for a purpose. I really have to believe that this is why he was blessed. We were so blessed to have him. So many ways. I mean, it's amazing how such tragedy can bring such blessings at the same time. So, I wanted to do this ride in Tahoe with Team in Training. We had over, how many? 140 people on our team. And I could feel Trevor just pushing us up those hills, although I know it was Bob. Because I would say, sorry honey, that's it. He just kept going, but it was amazing. And when we went around the lake at the finish line, our entire team waited right around the bend, and 140 of us finished together 2 by 2, and was led by the coaches. It was really a moment I will never forget, and thank you, Kurt, for doing that. I mean, it was just incredible. They made this big banner, and 2 of the mentors and coaches were riding with that, and then we all followed him. It was amazing. Which brings me to tomorrow. Exactly a year ago tomorrow, trying to get through this, was when we had Trevor's service. And I was thinking about it, and exactly the time where I'm hoping to finish tomorrow is when I have this image of him being lowered into the ground. And I really want to replace that with crossing the line. So if you see me crawling, which somebody said they read that it's illegal to crawl, which I was really disappointed because, Jordan, no, I have to do something else. But, that's the best thing about Team in Training is we all support each other so much and cheer for each other, and I just know we're all going to do great and just dig deep, because like Coach said, we are all here because others can't be, and we are making a difference. So go team!